So we're looking at being very, very relaxed today, actually. So just start with your feet.
How to get your blood pressure lower. Yes.
Well, Tai Chi's supposed to help
Yes.
help your blood pressure get lower.
And my blood pressure has gone right down.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Oh, you've just had the blood.
Okay. But I haven't, my last donation, yes it has, because it looked broad and things.
So just breathe in. We're just going to start with a bit of embrace tiger.
I just have got an interesting thingy.
And so I'll just actually do it from the diagonal view for those of you watching on Zoom. So we just let the arms just float up. Breathe in, breathe out. I've not sent you an advert because I've not made it yet, because we've had a few changes of times and things. But I'll email it to you, so and then if you can put the new, because that advert and the notice board is ancient now.
Would you make a new one? Put it on, send it to me, okay?
Yeah, if you can, that would be great, because I'm not even sure how that one got in there. It was, I think I gave it to a bloke years and years ago, and then he put it up. So just breathe in. Just let the arms just float. So it's almost like your arms are floating. That's it. We'll do this for a little while actually, and tune into the feet and tune into your breath. So just notice the breath. And then move your arms a bit even slower. Try it even slower, see what it feels like. So there's this very light and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sink. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice. Just stand for a moment. So wiggle the toes and notice each toe move. And then draw the toes in and stretch the toes out. Draw the toes in and stretch the toes out. So I might be starting something in March. I'm trying to get some funding from the council because they might be able to pay me to teach a class. Probably we might do one here, but I don't know what the availability is. What's it like on Thursday afternoons, or is someone using it?
Nothing on Thursdays except band practice this week.
Yeah, band practice. Oh,
Yeah.
and then come forward and then go up with the heels. So I'll come a bit closer and show for the. So we move the weight and then we come up. Whoops. And then we come down, and I use my breathing for this one. So I'm just breathing in and breathing out. Well, it's funding dependent, but they might want me to come and do like a floor work, stretching and strength and thought, oh, that sounds fun.
Be good for us too.
Yeah, just so it's not yoga, it's like the Tai Chi stretching, so it's not quite as sophisticated as what the yoga people do, but it's good for building up. Especially if I'm getting paid to do it, I'm like, awesome. So yeah, I'm not too worried about this one or the Monday night one, because I'm getting lots of people coming in Monday morning, and I'm getting loads of people coming in Ely as well. They're doing very well. So let's just rock forwards and back. And while the head's floating up, so you're getting this nice length through the crown of the head. And I've got a couple of new exercises. When I was on the retreat, I was mostly paying attention to being really, really relaxed. So a lot of the stuff we practiced and did, I forgot most of it, but I remember two things. I'll have to come back. And it was wonderful. It was so peaceful, and the food was really tasty, and because everyone's so relaxed and they're actively practicing, being kind and thoughtful and things while they're there, because they're almost like monks really, and we're just rocking back. And so when you were outside practicing the mindful walking, the wildlife, the rabbits were practically jumping over your feet. It was brilliant, and there were little birds, and it was just fantastic. So I highly recommend. It's a lovely, lovely area, Devon. It's beautiful. So, I'm going to be contacting the centre and say, look, I'd like to go again. I'd like to go every year. Because also the time of year, just the sort of second week in January, the first week in January, is quite nice. There's not much going on, so it's quite a good time to go on retreat. So what you want to do is you want to really release in the knees, and we're tuning into the feet. That's lovely. Okay, now just allow your weight to rest behind the ball of each foot, and we're just transferring the weight. And we are all breathing. So you can do this with a breathing exercise, those of you who want to. So what you can do is you can breathe as you go across, breathe in as you go across, and then breathe out as you sink. And then breathe in. And breathe out as you sink into the foot. And do this in your own speed. So make it your own natural breath. So we were doing a lot about the breath. Mostly noticing it. So you're noticing the breath as it comes in, noticing the breath as it comes out. So yeah, I'll advertise this class a bit more, but I'm happy to run it on just one person actually, so just let the muscles relax, everything. So the muscles are soft and sinking, and the bones, your supporting bones, are like holding you up. And then come back to the middle and just pay attention to the contact with the feet, and then we're just going to go round and round in a very gentle sort. I'll show that from the front actually, it might be a bit easier to see. Round and round in a circle. So we're feeling the outside of the foot, and we're tall through the crown of the head. So it's like we've got your string there, and it's just going round and round. And we're just gently breathing in, noticing the breath as it comes in, And then gently breathing out, noticing the breath as it comes out. And then noticing what you are sensing. Soften the knees and sink. So I did quite a bit of standing practice in Devon, and just getting that structural, the structural correspondence, I guess, through the body. So we can have a look at standing today. Okay, and then go in the other direction. Now when I do this, if I'm at a residential, you can spend a lot longer on this exercise. And this is one of my favourite exercises to practice at home, because you can really, especially in the morning, you can really get in tune with your feet. So just notice that contact. Excellent. Okay, come back to the middle. So I got shown a variation of this one. So we'll just start with this one as per normal. So the normal way is you just let it come across like that. Master Chen's version, he does it very small, so he just does that. It's very tiny turning. He does the tiny turning. I prefer something between those two, which is quite nice. And you want to release those shoulders. But the version I did in Devon is that they really turned a lot more. If you want to, you don't have to, but they were doing a lot more turning. And then they've got a version where you turn and raise the heel. So the weight moves across. And actually, I thought this one, it feels quite natural, I think. It's a very nice... so the lady I was learning it off, Jaya, she's, I'm hoping to see her on Sunday. She's teaching an introduction to some Qigong. She doesn't really do Tai Chi so much anymore. She used to. She focuses on the health Qigong and the mindful meditation stuff. But this was one she was doing. And you just notice what you're feeling through your feet and then the rest of your body. So I've been doing these loosening exercises for a good 20 plus years, and I've not done this one, so it's actually really quite exciting. So yeah, you can really feel your arms flying through space. It's just lovely, really nice. And nice. Okay, go back to the original and see they're quite different. So you can do it with a weight shift. When I was with Master Chen, Master Chung, you can do it that way, weight shift that way, or you can weight shift this way. So he did it both ways. So that's the other. So it's the same exercise, but with different, I guess, trip hazards thrown in. But there we go. Okay, let's back to the bouncing. Any questions on that? What did you think of this one? I really like it.
Yes,
I felt it very soothing.
Exercises with it as well.
Yeah, and I found it when we were in the hall, because we were mostly doing sitting or standing or lying down. There were some people doing like lying down meditation. Which I didn't bother doing because I just fall asleep. But I was doing the standing meditation, and then we do the moving. The other movement that we did that I really like, it's kind of like the tree Qigong. I quite like to look at the just moving around, but very mindfully and slowly. We'll look at the Tai Chi health dance. We'll look at health dance because that was something we were working on in this. I'd like to focus for this year. I'd quite like to focus on the health dance and also getting really good at the silk reading, and we'll get back back to the form at some point. But so the tree qigong that I've done with Eva, she just moves the weight from side to side, from one foot to the other. So we've got that weight shift, and then you just randomly move your arms how you feel, and you can just So we've done this one. We'll do what we're familiar with, and then we'll try out this one. And you just move your arms anyhow how you can have them up high. You can do a bit of silk reeling as part of it. You can. And the important thing is being relaxed, but also not being shy about trying out things, just to see what they feel like. It's like, so. And because we're moving the weight and getting used to moving with the weight moving, this is a good one for improving. If you're having balance issues, this is great for. And because you're on both feet and not having to stand on one leg, it's actually a safe way of improving your balance. You know, unless you go on your heels and go, and fall backwards. But you know, you can actually, you might want to try moving the weight to different parts of the foot as well, just to add an extra dimension of. So I'm just for those of you at home, I'm just kind of making it up and remembering bits and throwing them in and seeing. It's a bit like playing improvised music. I went to see my cello teacher yesterday, having had a big gap, and I'm recording on Friday, so I've actually got to learn quite a lot of music, and not much time. But she was really useful, and she was helping me do the scales of the things that I was in learning, so that was very, very good. And we did a bit of improvising on the cello, and it was just like doing tree qigong or health dance, but on a cello. It's very interesting, a lot of crossover. So you can do you can do anything that you can remember really. So you can do your green dragon as part of the health dance. You can do your flowing dragon as part of the health dance. You can just do it to one leg, just stay on one leg. See what happens on one leg, then move to the other leg. And that's, in tree qigong, we're just doing tree qigong, so we're just moving. You can use fists, you can move your arms up high. Nice. So that's, I love doing that. It's brilliant. It's like what you used to do. I'm sure I used to do things as a very young child. You just sort of move around. Oh, this is nice because you've been given these bodies and you want to know what they do. It's just wonderful. And if anyone wants some water, what's the lady that puts all the tea out before? Pam. She made me a lovely cup of herbal tea.
Well, do you know, she said the other day she was going to come in and wash all the plates because she found out the dirty.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, we're having a water break.
Yeah,
There's
I got the other today. I couldn't have to do that. She's got her plate.
No, people need to be. It was quite interesting because the place that I was at, they're actively thoughtful and kind and nice and genuine. They're practicing. There's 10 things. It's very similar to kind of 10 Commandments, except it's like the Buddhist version. And they do all these things, and they're all lovely people, and they're nice to hang out with. But there was so much thought in everything, and they spend a year there minimum and live there, and they get a very small salary, but they don't have to pay any rent. Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, great.
It's a mint break. Yes.
I saw a packet in the pharmacy. I thought I should get some, and then you know how you were so long waiting that you forget that you're going to buy them as well.
Oh yes.
Sometimes it goes on forever, doesn't it?
It does.
Thank you very much. Oh, that's okay.
So when we're doing the footwork. work, like we'd be walking across in the field, and you can do it fast as well, because I asked the teacher, just because I told her the sort of Thai forest school monks just running around the forest in their robes, because there's some monks in America that are going on. Have you heard of it? They're doing a big pilgrimage, and they're walking from one state to Washington because they want to try and it's for peace, and also they want a Buddhist holiday or something like. I'm not sure what, but anyway, and they're all in their robes. They're from Vietnam. Well, they're Vietnamese American monks, but they live in this, and they're all walking, and some of them are in bare feet. A lot are in trainers. But it's really good, and they're meeting loads of people. But the actual act of mindful walking, so they'll be practicing their mindful walking. You're just noticing, and we were actively practicing it. So we were just walking forwards, but in each one you can actually do. You can vary it, so you can go sideways, you can go backwards, but keeping that same sense of poise and noticing. So, and you can then practice your flowing from one foot to the other, and then 1, 2, 3, and then. So when we were doing it, in the sense we were just walking forwards all the time, then we get to where we were, very mindfully turn round, and then walk. Because we were outside, there was lots of birds singing, there were the trees, you could hear the trees, you could feel even when it was cold, and you just take your time. And then I noticed my legs were aching, because we were doing it for a good 20 to 30 minutes of just doing this. And then you sort of stop here, so the way they were doing it. And then you breathe, and then notice, you're paying attention, you're noticing your breath, you're noticing what you're sensing. And then you very slowly walk. Very, very slowly, and then you change direction that way. But in Tai Chi you can actually also walk backwards. So what I was playing around with it, and I was just doing my mindful walking. But trying it backwards as well. And you can pause, you can pause and just go, breathe, and then pull the foot back, and then pause again. So you're not in a hurry, you're intentionally taking your time, and spending the best part of 5 days doing that, you feel great. No hurry, nothing to worry about. And then they did mindful chores. So you'd offer to do a chore for an hour every morning. And I luckily, because I was recovering from bugs and things, I was let off that. But I could see people mindful vacuuming, and then mindfully washing up, and it was really very interesting. Because you can, and you feel better doing it. And then I was noticing, I had to get sent on a diversion this morning because the rain, it had made, there's something wrong with the road, so there was a thing and it said road closed, and my sat nav hadn't been told, so I was like, oh. how am I going to, okay, and then it's a diversion, so where are we going? And we went all the way around. Then I finally did get there, but I've never felt quite so peaceful about being late before. And I think it's because of that retreat, so I was very happy about that. So the other exercise we did, if you bring your feet together, they called it being a kelp. So you imagine you've got a kelp and it's like got a stick, the kelp, and then it has one root that sticks on something, and then it's got these, you know, kelp leaf things. Fronds, yeah. So you imagine you've got your stem here and you've got your fronds, and it's very similar to tree qigong. But what you're doing, and what she was doing, is use the kelp exercise to notice any areas of tightness, and you breathe into them, and you just kind of get in touch with your Zen kelp. I still prefer the tree qigong better, but I really like being a kelp. It was a bit like, there was an advert a few years ago where there's this guy and he goes, I want to be a tree. It's a bit like that. So you just, and we did it for quite a long time. I mean, unfortunately the movement sessions weren't as long as the sitting down sessions, but it was still very nice, and she's very, very good. She knows a lot of the different qigongs. So you can have I had my arms up high, I had one up, and you're just feeling, you can kind of do all sorts of shapes. And just using your breathing and just getting to know, feeling the body, really. Nice. Cool. I mean, I like kelps anyway. I think they look great, and you can eat them, can't you? They're quite. I think they've got a lot of iodine in or something. I don't know. Fronds, yeah, I've forgotten that word.
Fronds is the word.
I think you're right. No, because Marion would know mine.
And it's a stem.
Yeah, a stem with a.
It's black. Laminaria digitata.
Oh, is that what they're called?
Mm.
Oh, Laminaria digitata.
I think so.
Awesome. We even learned some Latin. I approve. So
It's laminaria because it's flat.
yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah.
Digitata
It's a
because
very
it has things coming out.
Latin is actually a very logical language, and then Italian is very logical to as a language. It's very interesting. So there we go. Oh, nice. So that was the kelp, and yeah, I can really feel that. Any questions about? Or watch out for your shoelace. Any questions about any of that? It'd be quite nice to do a bit of the health dance. So getting that sense of quiet and calm observation is what we're doing. So we're just sort of calm. It's a bit like I went to see the girls. So then you can start combining it with the walking, and then you've got the health dance. And I suggest, just for the purposes of this class, we just stay within slow speeds. And then just working on really relaxing all the muscles, so the muscles are nice and soft, moving. And it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. I mean, you know, I've done things where we've done big movements, just really gone to town. But just for now, we're just looking at kind of understated, tasteful, quiet, soft. And you just notice, so you're noticing your feet, but you're intentionally placing them, if that helps. So yeah, the intentionality. But we did this sort of mind practice of sending kind thoughts to yourself and then the world and things, and then he even got us trying it out on animals. Try to find that if there's a pet that you like, send it some good wishes. And I thought, oh, that's nice. Great. So there was a snail hibernating in the hall, probably the safest place for that snail to be. And out of curiosity, I sent it good wishes. And then for the rest of the week, I felt like me and the snail were like buddies. It was very odd. I was like, this is great. So you want to move. So that kelp thing and the tree qigong, you're just combining it with the weight shifting, so you can still shift the weight, and you're just moving. And you're not in a hurry. You can think of, yeah. Oh. You can do little skips. So when Eva's done this, she does these little hops, but that might be a bit too exciting. You can just stick with a. So you can, you know, when we were doing the walking, you can move forward, you can move back, you can go to the side, you can try different. See what comes out. Yep. And every now and then something might just come out. It's all good. Oh, this is one of Eva's. She does these things, so you can. And then if you want a bit of a move just to try out, this is one of the ones we do like this. And then you just change the direction, and then it becomes a health dance. Rather than just going side to side, you can go backwards, go forward, you know, side, you can move around, and then go back to, oh, nice, oh, there we go. Feels great, doesn't it? And the thing is, the magical thing about this is that because it's you and you're exploring your own movement, you can't do it wrong. And the idea is, as the more you practice, the less sort of stiff and, you know, awkward it gets. Very flowing, and then it feels good. And then when you're doing set sequences, such as we'll look at why take off as fruit, because that's from the same school. It just helps things kind of be more coherent and flowing somehow, just by doing things that are spontaneous and you're just moving around, exploring movement. And yeah, it's quite interesting that I was doing improvise. We did normal the tunes that I'm trying to learn, and then we just did improvising, and it was so much fun. Yeah, any questions or comments?
I think we have a party at Easter. Can you bring your cello so you can play for us?
Oh yes, because it's a lovely cello. It was the one I've been long-term loaned that this man made, and it's gorgeous. I mean, I've never had, because I can't afford something like that, and then my cello teacher said, well, whatever's going to happen next, I'm going to give you a house. That would be nice. Yeah. So there's a lot of, I mean, in the cello, because she does Alexander, it's the open close that we do, you can actually use for cello, open close, and it's really interesting. So you should all take up the cello. So let's
guitar. I can't cope with the cello.
Oh, the guitar, yeah. So you can do it. When I've noticed the really good players, there was this amazing fiddle player I've been learning this fiddle riff for a country band that I'm in. He's an amazing singer. He's very imposing. He's got a beautiful sort of bassy baritone. He's like bass baritone. He's not quite bass, but he's a bit high for baritone. He's a bass baritone, and sings country music. And there's this, and it's the bow contact was really quite amazing. And there's a lot of musicians now. They're all doing a lot of movement movement thing. So yeah, let's do white egg poppers fruit. I will just demonstrate it, and then we'll join in. So we're like this, and then so getting the same feeling of flowing and spontaneity, but inside a structure. So that's why it's good to do both. You want to practice, and also you want to look at different speeds. We're doing it slow for now. And this just sense of complete unhurriedness. And I'm noticing it's a very useful trick for driving around with. If you've got this sense of not being in a hurry at all, it's just a much nicer drive. And then you can be quite generous and go, oh yes, oh you could go left, I'll just wait, and it's all very, and everyone's smiling, and it's like, that's what they need. We need like mindful car driving instruction, really. So there we go. So we got that, and you want to relax. Breathing in and breathing out. Ah. Just take time, just feel that open. Feel that close, and then there's a little bit of stretching out, and then you sink forward again. But yeah, me and Missy the cat this morning, we were stretching together. She was doing some stretching, and I thought, what a good idea. I'll do some. Don't worry if you haven't quite worked it out. Huh. Marvellous, yeah. Nice.
Could you see that? Can you do it this way now?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see quite what one.
So I'll show it from some different. I'll show it that way actually. So look, like this. Like this. It's alright. Just watch. I'll do it from some different angles. Yeah. I mean, it is quite complicated. So that's from that angle. Let's try it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my weight's in my back foot, my weight is in my front foot. I turn, my weight's in my front foot, I turn, my weight's in my front foot. I sink, my weight's in my back foot, I transfer my weight to the front foot, I sink my weight to the back foot, I sink my weight to the front foot. There's a lot of weight shifting.
Okay, that's just that last bit.
Yeah.
Where the hand came out when you weren't changing direction.
Let's try it facing this way, just so you can see it. So look, so I've got my weight, I step, weight shifts forward. So that's the first bit. Now keep your weight in your front foot, turn the waist slightly, so you're opening the shoulder. So that should feel a stretch. Then you release the stretch, bring your weight forward a bit more, bring the hands together. Sink the weight back, opening out. It's a bit like fanning out or pulling a rubber band, stretching an elastic rubber band. And then you bring that like that, hold the ball. Sink the ball back into the back foot, turn so you're underneath the ball. Then you sink forwards. And then you start again. There you go, you had it all along, didn't you?
Yeah.
Marvellous. And then you just keep doing. And then eventually, this movement that we're doing in one direction becomes a health dance. So you can actually, I'll just show you the farty about version of it. So you start here, that's all normal. Tom, 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 and then you go over here, ooh, and do it, and then you might change your mind and do it over there. So it becomes part of, you can do it as a health dance. And then just keep, yeah. It's like, you know, if you're listening to jazz, every now and then it comes back to the tune that you recognise after they've messed it up. And then they come back again and then it's the tune. So you can turn White Ape Offers Fruit into a health dance. White Ape Offers Fruit. So
Okay.
I guess it's referring to the white ape. There was this, a boy who was covered in white hair and looked like an ape, and I think he was an ape, and he went into heaven to try and steal the heavenly peaches of immortality to help make his mother well. So there's a big story, it's like an epic story, and then the guardian was gonna kill him, but then he explained it was for his mother, so then the guardian gave him a peach to take back home, and then in great gratitude, the mum and him then gave the guardian a treatise on war strategy apparently, and I thought, okay, that's a bit random. So, but the white ape, so it's quite. There's a few every now and then you'll get a move that will be referring to something that happened, like in Aesop's fable or the Greek gods and the myths and things. So it's. You get a bit of mythology thrown in, so I guess it's to do with that. I'll show from the diagonal view. So we'll just go like this. It's all about knowing where your weight's going. So I sink back, I sink forwards, I sink back, and then there we go. See, so it's all in the. And if you go back to Chi Gong, just doing it with the weight transferring, that will just teach you where. So being able to feel where your weight is moving is very reassuring, actually, because you can really feel what's happening in the feet. Even if you lose it was quite slippery. It got very icy at one point, and I slipped on the ice, and then I always went, I got my weight back, because I could feel where it was going, and it was a bit disconcerting. Oh yeah, okay. And that's why this stuff's really good to do. So we just go back to the, yeah. So we'll be working on that. We'll be working on that. We'll be working on that for the term. I guess oh gosh, it's past. We'd better. So let's just go back to this one. We'll go back to the new one just to practice that, just to remind us. I really like it. It just feels great. And then go back to the original. And then we'll do Embrace Tiger, Return to the Mountain. That's it. So nice with that. And just embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain. So I think we started with this, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Yeah. See how it feels now. I mean, much better, isn't it? Yeah. It's like we've cleared a bit of space. It's like we've done some tidying up, and now we can sit on the sofa with a nice cup of tea kind of feeling, isn't it? You know, oh yeah. Nice. And then we'll better look young today, so rub the hands together. So you're getting them nice and warm. Oh, we did a lot of massage actually, self-massage, but it wasn't anything I'd not done before, so I'd already done it, so I didn't learn anything new. But the kelp thing and the walking and the new loosening exercise, I thought, well, that will do me. And then underneath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Marvellous. And then rub the hands together. And then give the lower back a rub. Oh, that's nice, that bit. Right, just check your posture again. Again, you're tuning into this sense of inner quietness and then outer observation. Well, inner and outer observation, so you're feeling There we go, and then we just do that again. Fist with the right hand, left hand over the top, feet together, and bam. Brilliant, what a lovely session. That was great. It's proper chilled. I much prefer it with the. That was great. Yeah, well done. Thanks for watching at home.
Thank you.